Hello. Huh. Hey, how you doing? Hello, and welcome. I'm Nick, and welcome to another late night build stream. Uh,
I saw you.
this is just basically just in the way, isn't it? I'm gonna talk like this tonight. Don't worry about it. Um, I need to go hit a button while I do the intro. This is the stream where I say, hey, I got a stack of
He's the worst.
model kits and Lego kits behind me. I should work through them. And today we are doing more of that. And as soon as I flip us over to the scene, I got nothing else big to say today. Is there any housekeeping I should get done off of the top? Yes, actually. Extra Life is coming up soon. In like a month. I've picked the date. Tentatively, I'm scheduling Extra Life to happen the weekend of November 13th and 14th. We'll see how that goes. I don't have much other plan right now, but
Alright, I'm satisfied.
that's cool. I need to add boxes below the Twitch stream about that.
Persistent. I'm so
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah. Let me write down a
You don't know
note.
how angry he makes me.
I love to write down notes to really just slow the progress of the stream. Extra Life about box.
No intention of fighting you. No intention of fighting me until it's like the worst possible moment.
And something else I need to do down here. I was just about to write another to-do thing to put down here. Oh, no. Yes? No. I just gotta do Extra Life mine. Anyway, point is,
Can you get up there?
that's for another time. That's something to keep on the lookout for. Meanwhile, today,
You're a local, I assume.
I got this Zaku 2. He's just a boy. And this is right, I forgot that my camera's also on this screen, so hi. So we have the Zaku 2. That's what we're gonna work on tonight, and it's not even chars. It's not even red. It's just green.
Ain't so simple with this one.
And it's kind of wild because I think this is an older kit.
Stranded on a rock in the sky.
How do you find out like the manufacture date of a kit?
Sets off for the bastion.
Does this info mean anything to anybody?
Ground forms up under his feet as
Is that a serial number that we can look up to find out the manufacture date?
Well, down he goes.
I mean, probably. I'm gonna say probably. But yeah, this is. I don't think this is gonna be a particularly big build. This is all just ruse.
How's it go?
Now then, instructional. That's not even the book. That flips out once. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is barely a pamphlet. This is like a leaflet. This is like, I've seen restaurant menus with more info on them. Wow. Okay.
Right. That's more like it.
But
Heavy, ain't it?
yeah, I guess let's get started. I am gonna mention, just to give you an update of where I'm at. I ate way too much takeout for dinner because it was all delicious and it was from a restaurant that we've been waiting literally months to have a chance to order from again. But I ate so much that I am totally a roly-poly right now, and I'm moving slow, I'm thinking slow, and I'm just enjoying having a full belly. That's... I wonder if I'm gonna need glue for this kit, because some of this looks... Man, what size is this guy gonna be, too? Ooh.
How's it go again?
Oh, that's half a face. I should put the instructions up. Ooh. And I'm burpy. Okay, good.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either.
Alright, where do we start here? We're gonna start... Always starts us with the legs. I ate myself into a mild food coma that I'm currently fighting through, but also I would still rather be sitting right here with you wonderful folks, working on the Zaku than doing what I was doing earlier, which was laying underneath a car, spraying an oily film up onto the underside. It's a rust protection measure, and just having all that spray like right back in my face. Not really a fan of that at all, I'm gonna say.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start.
The part where I can do that work laying down is kind of nice.
Listen close. You should remember this.
Laying down on a creeper. Happy Halloween month, everybody. It's me, the lying creeper, but like lying, not like fibbing lying.
How's it go again?
Oh, these are clipping nice and clean. I guess there's only one kind of material in this kit. I mean, I will say this is the one kit that did have a price sticker on it of like
How's it go again?
$5, and I'm like, oh yeah, perfect. Give me them cheap kits. I just want to have a bunch. So a lot of times I will take, when it comes to robots, to mecha, yeah, I'll take quantity over quality. Why not?
How's it go again?
Let me just get this one. I can tell what sprue it came off of, but just so I don't forget to clean it. Honestly, that looks like it broke off like from the sprue side. There's enough that I can clean it up
Now
with
the
the
kid sees
clippers.
something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, you find
Bastion was okay.
You find
I played that. I have Hades now, and
So long.
I've been meaning to play it.
Maybe I'll see
But
it
there's a weird thing where like
in the next one.
I never finished Transistor, even though I was super enjoying that game. And like I feel like I need to have like a certain mindset going into Hades, but I don't know what it's supposed to be because like it's like an action game, it's like an isometric action game, but also it's a roguelike, but also it's like very story heavy, and like losing is, you know, losing gives you story progression, and like I'm not sure I'm not sure if I'm like used. I don't know if I can work with that idea, because when to like, you know, my mind is like top tier skill is you can win a roguelike on your first attempt, or it's like if it's one of those roguelikes where like no, just like with random, you know, items and layouts and stuff like that, it's the kind of thing where you can just get screwed over. Well, then it's like, okay, but now it's not a skill-based game anymore. Now it's now it's almost like a slot machine, because it's like you have to have a certain threshold of skill, and you have to get a layout that works. Okay, which way is this gonna go? This jumps out on the bottom, and these are gonna go up top, and this is gonna go in here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It's not gonna be a lot of parts, but that feels pretty good. And we're gonna have other pieces on top of it. All right. Hey, you know what? I've seen kits like this that were more expensive than this, and didn't even have a knee joint, whether or not it's because, like, you know, it's a single joint, so it's gonna tap out there, and that's before we put like decorative armor on it. But at least it'll have some amount of articulation here, you know. I've seen worse. Oh, but so like I don't know if my brain is going to accept the idea that like I'm going to want to fail, because if I fail, I will get like story progression, and just like I'm not totally sure how to think about that, you know. And like even then, I want to say that like the understanding is like actually once you beat the game, you get a bit of like end game exposition, but actually you don't get all of it unless you beat the game like a dozen times, and then by the end of that you've learned everything. So it's like, okay, here's this thing where like it's kind of encouraging me. I don't know if it's encouraging or rewarding. Those are kind of the same thing, but like there's this thing where it's just like, hey, you know, lose, like it's trying to convince me that losing is a good thing, and it's gonna be oh weird, it has like the ankle tilt built into this piece. You can see that oh boy, when this piece is straight, the foot is angled, so I guess it's when it stands, it's gonna stand sort of at an angle like that, but to, I guess, give it a wider stance and keep it better balanced. All right, that feels weird that that's baked in, but it's not a bad thing. But what was I saying? 14 and 48. 48. Where's 48? That's gonna be this little weird one. Okay. But yeah, like that is so different from the way that I have like categorized roguelikes in my head, because it's like normally it's just like, if like the ideal thing is I just like badass and just, you know, depending on how much or like ideally just nail it and beat it in one run, or learn that it turns out that it's the kind of randomization generation that you can just be screwed. No, Nier was not like that. Okay, Automata. Listen, I've been looking for an excuse to play that game again. If you want to watch it while I play it again, that can be arranged. So okay, so the thing about Automata is Route A and Route B, like it's kind of weird, because like I guess the idea was like, it's like, oh, there's 26 different endings you can get. I'm gonna say quote unquote endings. Oh, I needed to do that piece first. Whoops. It's, you know, endings A through Z, but they're routes A through Z. It's just like, you know, depending on where your route ends, that defines what route it is. But the whole point is like, you play, you say start game the first time, and then you play and you basically see 2B story. Your new game plus, you don't select it differently. You just like reload your save, or like you start a new game from that save. I forget exactly how it works, but the next time you start from that save file, you restart the game, but then you play from a different character's perspective. And yes, you see most of the story again, but you're seeing it all from a different perspective, and you're following them in certain times when they split up and took different routes, and you were getting totally different like internal monologues, and there is a recontextualization of everything from there. Then you do it again for Route C. Route C is totally different. Like Route C, you are seeing new events. It picks up, like Route C is chronologically picking up from where A and B end, and there is like really they are not routes, they are chapters. When Route A ends on your first playthrough, it is ending chapter 1, right? And like a lot of the endings are kind of like gag endings, like, oh, if you lose in this specific way to this specific enemy, that counts as an ending. Or like, oh, if you drown in this specific well, there's a gag there and that's secretly one of the endings. But like really, no, the ending of the game is you will say start game like 4 or 5 times, yes. And there's arguments about, like, yes, it's confusing, but there's arguments about the idea that, like, framing it as starting the game over is actually thematically relative to the game, because there are like concepts of like looping and retrying, and like how many chances does somebody get, or like, how do you keep a system how do you keep a system running, and for what sakes, and why do you want to, and what happens if you break the loop. And I think my read of the game is actually opposite to how most people read the game, but it is still everyone will tell you that a lot of that game is actually like thematic about loops and doing things again, and like there's some bits kind of like the Matrix. There's a systematic anomaly. That's the whole thing. But at the same time, like it really is like chapter 1 is what 2B sees, chapter 2 is what 9S sees, and then chapter 3 is, now that you have seen it from both of their perspectives, and now that you have the context from both of their perspectives, then we go on to see the next part, and the whole thing, like new story, new plot, new everything. Like it is a continuation of the game, not an extra playthrough. And having both of their perspectives on the previous events gives you a lot of interesting context about the things that happen next, which is important for the dramatic narrative. That's how the story makes sense to be told. All right, so this piece goes in here, it clips into the, it says it goes in here first, it clips, the leg clips around it. Wait, no, I didn't have to take it back apart to do that. Uh-oh. Okay, well, this goes in here, then it clips into the leg. In order to, there you go. And now it just stays locked in there. So it stays connected even as the leg bends. I like that. I like that. That's weirdly realistic for the sort of scope of this set. Now do all of the same for the other leg. But yeah, like, that's my thing about Nier Automata, is that like anybody who says, oh, you play it 3 times to see the whole story, is like, no, those multiple playthroughs are actually part of a single playthrough. It is the people who said that they are multiple playthroughs and like thought that they meant that were misunderstanding the structure of the game. It is like a single story. It is a single telling of the story. And like they are like, just the fact that you were playing from a different perspective and getting different insights means that to me it's not like it's not a repeated playthrough. It is a separate chapter in the story. All right, I'll get off of that because I can tell I'm getting kind of aggro on that, and maybe I'm just tired after today. But and the issue that I have isn't anything about that. I don't mind. Like I like that. I've been a fan of that storytelling style of like multiple playthroughs reveal more information. But it is specifically with roguelites or whatever, where like oh gosh, what is going on with me tonight? All sorts of biological issues. like I guess just in my mind, what I'm so used to by this point is the idea of like, I look at roguelikes and roguelites more like arcade games, where it's just like losing ends your run, and then you go back to zero, and like, like progression means getting deeper every time, right? And like that's what you're looking for. Roguelites are a little weird because, you know, even on failures, you have ways to like level up and start higher than zero going in next time, and that's what allows you to like, you get deeper because you start from a higher point. And like, yeah, it's fine, but I don't know, it doesn't, I guess I come from an arcade thing. I come from, you know, Sonic 2 on Genesis era, and it's like, no, you have 3 lives to get through everything, and if you mess up, then you gotta start over. And just like, my brain got used to categorizing it like that. So this idea of, is like, no, like, failure, or like failure isn't failure. Failure is like an incorporated step of progression. Just like my mind like refuses to like acknowledge that or work with that idea. It's just like, no, that's not how these things work. When I lose, like I am going to try to play that game as though I were starting from zero every time I lose, and like I will, my brain will like force me to skip over stuff, because it's just like, no, I am back at zero. There is nothing new to see, and that will be untrue. And I know that's untrue, but I can already tell that like it is going, like playing that game is going to take extra effort from me to play, because I will have to be like consciously fighting this sort of like perceptual muscle memory, you know? It's just like, no, right, I need to, this isn't just, you know, speed run, hit the reset button to get into a new run. This is, we have progressed. Now I'm just back in the hub and I gotta see everything again. And it's like, all right. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's gonna take me effort to play that game, because I need to like sort of fight my instincts on playing it the whole time. And that's like, okay, well now this is going to take extra effort to play. I can't play it like I play other, like I tried Dead Souls and I wasn't that psyched about it, but it definitely had that thing of just like, okay, like maybe like Rogue Light, maybe we can like upgrade some things between runs, but it's mostly just like, yeah, no, you get in there and you're going to learn stuff as you go in deeper and whatever, but it's really not that much to worry about, or there's not much to do in between. Failure is mostly resetting, you know? Failure is like 90% resetting your run. And I could also have that totally wrong. I might be putting more effort into it, but it's this, I perceive that it will take more effort to play for whatever nonsense reason this is. But I am perceiving this, and so I'm just like, oh, I gotta work up to do that. I need like a, you know, a weekend off work to get into it. That kind of, it's in that spot in my mind right now, you know? Okay, now we do arms. We already got legs done, and I've spent most of my time talking so far. This guy's gonna look cute. He's not gonna be that tall. The legs are only... Alright, so here is our hexagears, and legs about as tall as a hexagear compared to... This is our... Okay, maybe he's gonna be kinda... Maybe he'll be normal size. Maybe I don't know the size of things. That's entirely possible. What piece do I need? 28. Wait. Oh, I need piece 1 and 2. Okay, good. Those are the ones I'm holding. but like it sounds cool. But like I don't know, like it's also that because it is so story heavy and like my brain just doesn't like reading. And just like I have trouble just like sitting still from movies these days, you know? It's like maybe I could take it in, but like, hey, can you just like spoon feed me that stuff while my hands do like double jumps and parries and stuff? I don't mind it being there. I don't think it's like lame or wasted or anything. It's just not quite right for me. And it's just like, yeah, no, this, you know, people say it's got like a really good story. I believe that's what they say. 28. And it's just like, okay, well then I better play it for the sake of looking to enjoy that. And it's like, all right, well that's going to take more energy. And it's just like, oh, this is going to be. It's like taking a shower. Like taking a shower isn't hard, and you pretty much always feel better afterwards. But some days you just can't convince your body to move to get into the shower, you know? It's like it's kind of that thing. It's just like, oh no, it's Hades. Everybody likes this. It's got it's got all that action element. It is going to be my kind of game, and I just can't get my body, can't convince myself to just try out the dang game. And it's like, oh, all right. And that's where I am on that. This is the beginning of the shoulder. Ooh, and it's got some offset in that too. Here it sits flat, and when it folds out, it's out. So I guess that's going to be to. I like that. It's going to keep it from like doing the chicken dance. Okay, next is 32 and 33. That's these. Oh, is that the whole upper arm, actually? No, this is the upper arm. Oh, so I was thinking. It's October. Everybody likes to do spooky games, right? But I'm a something, I don't know. I'm a no fun zone. I'm thinking, what if like as a bonus series for October, I've been meaning to replay Doom 3 with the VR mod and just like stare zombies in the face, and I'm just like, yeah, let me just this way. I hear we're about to get a raid, so I'm just gonna put this up on the thing. This will let everybody know when they get here. And I'm of two minds about it, because A, Doom 3 isn't that great a game. B, it's in VR. I know when I'm in VR, I am very I'm very receptive to VR. I get like no motion sickness at all, unless I'm, you know, actively trying to get myself motion sick, and even then it takes work. But I don't want to make it. I don't want to make anybody watching sick. I'm not here to do that. So like, you know, I don't know if that would be like good stream footage. Hello, everybody. Now you know what I'm building. I hear myself. Okay, don't worry about it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're making a Zaku 2 today. Ta-da! We already have legs. We have legs. I had this guy down here for size comparison, but I don't think this is actually going to be that much bigger or smaller than other kits. Yeah, here's what I love. It's a Zaku 2. This is a Zaku boy. But this is the entire instructions. It's like a leaflet. It doesn't fold open. It is just that here. That's the only open that it folded. So I don't think it's going to be a particularly long stream tonight. I've just been talking about how I need to get around to playing Hades. I have not played it. And also, there was a little ramble about Automata and how those are not separate playthroughs. Dropping you back to the title screen is that framing actually is thematic to the game having themes of looping and such, so it is part of a single starting the game 3, 4, 6 times or whatever is actually a single playthrough, regardless of what people who get tricked by them being called endings will tell you. And I was just throwing out the idea of like, hey, what if I did like a stream of Doom 3 in VR because it's October? Doom 3 is not that great. VR has a chance to make people motion sick because I play like an asshole when I'm in VR. But don't you want to see me just like walk up to a zombie and just shit talk him? Isn't that? I think that's the part that would make that an entertaining stream. It's just me completely no-selling jump scares. Not that game has that many jump scares. It's got like I talk about it on my Doom streams every week, but that game is very much the like the. I took the wrong one. Whoops. Okay, so what one's gonna go with this? So let me tell you, the VR mod that I use, which is actually one of like the better developed VR things I've seen. Like I'd say that the Doom 3 VR mod is actually better, like more polished for VR and like more accessibility developed than a lot of like officially supported VR things. It absolutely has the thing of your gun is in one hand and then your flashlight is in your offhand, so you can do the like two-handed look, or you can like look this way and shoot behind you or something. And like it's also wacky because like it made me realize that in all of those like bad Unity horror games where the flashlight is just directly in front of you and it just casts that big circle on the screen, like you're kind of getting cheated out from the experience, because the fact that it's coming straight out of your face means that any shadows that it's casting are directly back from the object it's hitting. So you just see this circle of light. But when you're playing in VR and you can like move the flashlight over here and point it in sideways, you see all of the shadows being cast long from one side, and you get that, you know, darkness with, you know, beams of light lighting up little bits of it. And like the flashlight in VR looks so much better because it is not attached to your face. It's wild. And like it's not that I look at it and go like, oh, all of the games that look like the flashlight is just a sticker in the middle of your screen, they probably are actually looking pretty good. That is just an extremely unnatural angle to be seeing the beam of a flashlight from. So, like that, I don't believe that mod does anything to fix Doom 3. Not to get too rude about it, but like, I don't know. It's a good thing. Play some Super Turbo Turkey Puncher, so it could also be a Thanksgiving game. Yeah, I don't know. If anybody sounds interested in that, let me know. Maybe I'll throw up a poll on Twitter at some point. Because like that is, we did the boy, what have we done? We did Half-Life Alyx with Joe at one point. And that was a VR stream. We did a couple weeks ago. We did the Euro Truck 2 VR driving stream. That was VR stream. That worked out well enough. So I just gotta make sure it's downloaded and push all the right switches. But it's technically totally possible. It's just a question of, does anybody want it, or and would anybody be able to enjoy it without just getting completely sick? Other than that, not much going on. Did I do the other one wrong? No, the other one's right. The peg on the bottom. Okay. Oh, I was reading it totally wrong, but okay. Yeah, no, that's still good. Now from there, we need these two. I mean, I played through Quake 4 not that long ago. So, I say not that long ago. It could have been like a whole last 2 years ago. I don't know. Should I move this up a little bit since I'm cutting things much closer to me anyway? This is where I'm naturally cutting things. Okay, this is much closer. I don't know why this camera is always out of focus. These were like the nice ones that we found online. But yeah, that's a stream for another day. I don't think it would replace the normal Doom streams I do. I believe it would be bonus from that. But yeah. I don't know. How's everybody else doing? How's your weekend going? I am full of takeout Japanese food, and I am stuffed and halfway into a food coma. How was I'm not going to pronounce it right. Trey Basher. I saw some at the beginning, and I saw a little bit there at the end. But I'm glad I missed most of the middle, because I saw enough that I would probably like to play that game myself, so I added it to my wish list. We ordered for the whole family. So like we just brought it home and it covered the entire table, and it was definitely one of those like, ooh, give me gyoza, ooh, give me a shumai, ooh, give me a yakitori, ooh, give me a negamaki. And it's all good. They do really good teriyaki chicken at this place too. Like it's the only like Asian food place I know that like gives us serving size that are enough that like I'm actually stuffed at the end. Normally it's like, okay, I gotta order like an entree and an appetizer to start feeling stuffed. But this one's just like, no, I could get the one thing and be good, but we're gonna get a dozen things because the whole family wants to taste a little bit of everything. It's a nice one-seater. So, I was also starting to talk about Extra Life, because that's coming up, and I'm finally making plans, contacting potential co-hosts, all of that hard work. And so last year, my mom did a segment with me, and we went through like a little a flight of games in the tasting sense, if you will. Um, but I'm actually thinking this year to maybe try and get her to do a segment where we play a complete game from start to end. Um, the only problem with that is I'm not sure what would be a good game for that, because she's not like an action gamer. Um, she doesn't necessarily need to be the one playing, but it still needs to be something that she can, like, you know, read what's going on the screen. So, like, not some pro tier Dota, just, you know, noise, visual nonsense on the screen. Visual noise, visual noise. But also to be short, like short enough that we could beat it in like a 3 hour or less time block. Like, I'm not sure what's gonna fit in there good. The only thing I can think of is what was that game by, I think it was a Cactus game. This where I just start googling things during my own stream. Cactus games. Let's see what that gets me. The Cactus game. What? No, I don't think that's it. Boy, I'm gonna have trouble. Nice Cactus. What? This is going to be something else. All right, I'll look for that later. But it was a Psychosymposium. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Does that sound close to a game somebody's heard of? Because that one was interesting because that was like a I guess this was around the like Passage boom, but it was very much like, oh, this is one of those games where like we're gonna break your expectations, and oh, actually you move forward by losing. Oh man, and it's just like, all right, cool, I guess, but okay. Oh, all right. Man, it's the next step is like, hey, take the 4 pieces that you just made and just clip them all together using the torso to hold it together. Okay. But like something like that, that's maybe like 15 minutes, and it's kind of a, I don't necessarily want to go art games either, because that's a little too, like, I feel like if this were like a book club, she can, you know, she would definitely be able to like get into it and get on there, but there is still that sort of like the separation of like, okay, what is the story part of the game versus what is the part you're controlling? What are the parts do you read like a story of whatever's happening on the screen? Like, that's, she still has a little takes her a little more effort to parse that difference. So like, I don't want to go full art game and just be like, here is some stuff for you to look at and it's interesting, but where is it? Like, no, I don't necessarily want to do it.
There was a great calamity that struck the kingdom of Hyrule. Once prosperous and
right now the best thing is it's sounding like is like
malicious army of monsters and men alike that served an evil man who called himself
15 and 16. 15 and 16.
Over the
Where are
course
you?
of several years, the people of Hyrule fought valiantly against his forces to stave off the encroaching darkness. But
Portal
once the
1.
royal
That's
family
sort of
fell Force Blade,
the best thing I'm looking at for that block right now, because that's going to be like, it's short. A lot of it you can take on at your own pace because it's like puzzle games. It doesn't jump around between perspectives a lot, so you can sort of keep track of everything in a pretty like straightforward linear fashion. It's not jumping around anywhere. And the way I remember it, when we were playing it when it came out during college, I got to the point where I could beat that game in like an hour and a half if I was just blazing through it. So, you know, at this point I don't like remember everything, but maybe stay here for 3 hours and just get through it. That might be good.
all stories have happy beginnings.
But I almost feel like that's a little too
orphan boy
Oh, it
in
is?
the kingdom of Hyrule. You have been a
I feel like
slave
that is
to
a little
King
too story
Ganondorf
light,
as
like it is
long
mostly
as you
about the
can
puzzles, and
remember.
then, oh, a meme at the
Every
end,
day,
which
Ganondorf's evil minions
wasn't a
will
meme
wish
at
you to
first,
tend
but
to the fields
yeah,
of
kind of.
Hyrule.
Like, that was definitely, like,
If you
closer to a
refuse
tech
to
demo
work
than to
or try to escape,
a narrative
you will
game,
be
you know?
punished severely. This life has been one that you have always known. But as you get older, you begin to wonder if this is the life you were meant to lead, or if
Nope,
you
that's
can
backwards.
somehow change your fate.
But yeah, so if anybody has ideas for
While you were
something
working
that
on
might
the
fit
farm,
that bill,
you see a mysterious
I am
shadow
ears
near my
open.
forest.
That looks the way you
Against your
expect a
better
Zaku head to
judgment,
look, right?
You decide to sneak away into the forest.
And this
to
thing didn't come with
investigate.
any stickers or
While
nothing.
looking for the shadow in the woods, you find an old
Wow,
man
okay, this is going to be...
lying
Oh,
in a
it's got the
brown
little...
hood,
It's really hard to see on the
carrying
camera,
a
but it has like
staff.
the
The old man
dot
tells
of the
you
eye
that
is
his name
raised in the
Master
molding.
Yi, and he has been watching you for a long
So
time.
there's that.
Little did you know that your destiny was about to change.
I might have put this in backwards. Comes in and yeah, I put these in backwards. All right, try not to break them. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's better. Last year we did a bunch of like Micro Machines inspired games, which was fun. Oh, that's fine. And this year I picked up and have been playing that new Hot Wheels game, which I love it. So she's actually pretty excited to do that. So we'll see. We might just stick to that. I don't know if that has like the longevity for an entire block. So the way that I do it is like I've done Extra Life a couple of times now, and I like to make it a show because I kind of like doing the production work more than I like being on camera, and by kind of I mean definitely. There's a so like I like doing it in blocks. Like I like making a program schedule, and being like, oh, this is the Jackbox blocks, this is the Storytime block, this is the Anime Night block, and then when you're honestly, it makes the time go really, really fast when you're like changing it up every hour or two. I think I've been going through the archives recently to try and get them up on YouTube, but I want to say the longest block I've done was I did an overnight block for Staxel, and that went maybe like 5 or 6 hours straight, and that was the worst one so far, just between like keeping my own attention and paying attention to the time and just trying to keep everything going smoothly. Like that was the roughest stretch. Everything I've done since in shorter blocks has gone much more smoothly, and I'm assuming much more entertaining. But man, I gotta pick a lot of things. Because there is going to be a bunch of like solo segments. I'm trying to break those up for myself. Also, like, I don't have a lot of games that like I've been working through this year. Like, all right, what did I do last year? Last year, I did the Majima mode of Yakuza, and that was that ended up being like the perfect length, which I actually think my mom and I have been playing through Yakuza because I play it because I enjoy the brawling, and she's watching it because it is like a soap opera at some point, right? And it's ridiculous, but it's fun. And our boy Kiryu is there, and how can you not love Kiryu? Yada yada yada. What is this piece that it just had me assemble? These are like jointed in towards each other, but they're also like bent down from the. This is a weird piece. Oh, this holds the legs together? Which way? Oh my gosh. Alright, so this is gonna go. I think it has to be this way. Oh wow, there's not even like the special kind of plastic for the joints. There's exactly one style of plastic in this kit. I think it's gonna have to go this way, just for the way that the hole in the legs are angled. That look right? That looks okay. And this goes right here, and then the back of nothing else goes in between, right? No. And the back of the body snaps on, and that's gonna be. It's gonna hold everything in place. The bottom pin is lined up. And... okay. The boy stands. Maybe not the best ending boy I've ever seen, but the boy stands. Yeah, look at that. We gotta give him hands. He's got, 2 points of articulation on those shoulders, and it tilts there. Again, it's not the most elaborate kit I've ever seen, but for being like single, for like being a single plastic type, this ain't bad. The fact that the skirt, like the torso just being 2 pieces clipped together, yeah, that makes sense. Normally you get like a hip twist. This thing has no hip twist. You know what? For the like animation budgets at the time, the hip twist was probably too expensive. That's the excuse I'm gonna give that. All right, a couple more pieces. We need to make some hands. Where are the hand pieces? I mean, I could just make this Extra Life my backlog stream, because I have a number of games that I have picked up and not started playing yet. But okay, that sprue's already done. I don't know if that's a good idea though, because like I said, I'm like I am sort of like trying to curate the schedule, if you will. I'm trying to make a playlist basically, right? And that's hard to do with games that you have not played, and you may not be totally sure of what to expect by playing them. And it's just like, I don't want to have a bunch of like blind like segments that I'm going into blind. I already have enough where I go in going like, I'll probably do this, and then still not oh, these are asymmetric. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure if I had read the instruction, it would have told me which one I needed instead of just clipping out ones that seemed like they would be right. But we're still near the end of this, and I am still kind of spent. This was another day where so today I spent a bunch of time under a car, getting covered in industrial fluids, and tomorrow I'm going to spend a lot of the day up on the roof getting covered in industrial fluids. So, gotta pace yourself. Have some hands, buddy. There we go. It doesn't... I'm surprised the hand's not falling out, because it doesn't have like any good like click or lock in. Normally you use the other kind of plastic, because it'll be like, you make the hole a little smaller than the peg, but then it's a squishy plastic, so it like stretches around it, but then it keeps like that firm grip on it. We do not have that here. It's just kind of in there. Still not as bad, not as fragile feeling as the frames arms, which is wild. Yeah. I don't even know what's on my backlog list right now anyway. I know it's Hades. I think it's a bunch of smaller games. Like Chicory is on there. Maybe something like Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor might be on there. I don't even know if that's on mine. Let me look real quick. I made a library, or I made a collection just called Aspirational, and it's the stuff that is installed with no playtime on it. There are 59 games on that playlist. Hacknet, Chicory, Chris Tale demo, River City Girls. All right. Right, Samurai Gun 2. Have not played that yet. Rabby Ribby. Okay, I don't even know what that is. Umurangi Generation demo. We Know the Devil. Yume Nikki. Man, this is some good stuff. Oh, I thought that... Right, I got the drone racing game. I got good stuff. Black Mesa? Yo, I should play Black Mesa. I should finish Chroma Squad. I don't think I should play Hearthstone. I don't think I should play card games maybe anymore, period. As much as I love them, they do just make me angry. Heated card gamer moment. It's not even like I get mad at them. I just severely disagree with a lot of the like game design choices made in games like that. I try to shut up about it these days, but doesn't stop me from feeling that way. Oh, okay. These come around the side here, and it's gonna go in here, but it's gonna hook into the backpack, so we need the backpack first. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. The arm doesn't get to come out that much, but... So we're gonna... Get out of the way, little guy. Don't get hurt. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid the, pitfalls? I don't even know if that's right, but I'm trying to avoid the, like, pick one game and play it for 12 hours straight kind of setup, because I don't trust myself to be able to stay focused for that long. Like I said, the juggling is as much for me trying to create like an entertaining show, as well as me trying to keep myself invested in everything. What if I did just play like a bunch of Automata on stream? What if I did that? I probably shouldn't do that. Oh, but maybe I could, like, break that up into blocks? Because, like, here's what I'm going to be playing. It's like, oh, I have a co-host on, and we're going to be playing this at 7. But then before and after that, I'll be going back to my main game, which is whatever my big long play is. So I'll only ever be playing it for a couple hours at a time. And then it'll be interrupted. So I won't get sort of totally fatigued on it by playing it straight through for the whole time. That could work, but what game would I want to do that with? Would I want to do that with like a long game that I like haven't really touched yet? Would I want to do that on a game where I'm like replaying it? I'm currently working through the Master Chief collection. I'm in the middle, hopefully more than halfway through Halo 2 at this point. But I don't want to rip on Drew Scanlon and Alex Gaisa's style, because their Extra Life thing has always been let's play all the Halos, or as many as we can get through. Alright, these get jets and then just go on. It's not a complex kit, but I like it. I'm alright with it. I ain't sneezing. Alright, which one did I... Let me just look at this to get it right. I took 5. This says 5 goes on this side. And it's going to hang down. And it's going to go wedge in there. And yeah, it's like floating, but it is floating in place. Cool. Let's put the other one on this side. And then I think all we have to do is build the gun and go home. Is that the end of this sprue? That is also the end of this sprue. I don't like how naturally the word sprue comes to mind these days. It feels so nerdy. Listen, it makes sense. I'm a big nerd, so like, it's only natural. Oh, what if I got into like... If I got real into arcade games for Extra Life and just like, I'm gonna get through all the Metal Slugs and E-SWAT and... Ooh, what if I played all of the like Genesis Sonic games? Ooh, I like those. I don't know how long those take to beat. But like, I could probably get away with making it like, oh, here's a 2-hour block to beat Sonic 1, and we'll come back in 4 hours with a 2-hour block to beat Sonic 2, and then again for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Have I beaten Sonic 3 with Knuckles? I'm not sure. Yo, Sonic CD block? Sonic CD is real good. Alright, that's the boy. This sprue is done. Last sprue, and like I said, it is just gun parts. Like I said, if hanging out in my Extra Life stream in November is something that you have any interest in, or you want to have a reason to be interested in it, hit me up on Twitter. You can find the links below. Tell me a game you would like to see, like whether I've played it before or not. I can... Right now my schedule is wide open. I'm currently focusing on contacting potential co-hosts, and we will work out what I will be doing with those co-hosts later. I'm even thinking, so I know if we're gonna have like the traditional block with Andrew where we play Tabletop Simulator, but I am tempted to work out how to do a oh yeah, and then these just sort of wedge in like that. That's gonna be odd. I'm considering, what if I did a physical tabletop segment, because I have a tabletop camera over on the same computer where we do the VR stuff, and if I can, if I'm already set up to do VR stuff, that means I'm also set up to do like overhead physical stuff too. Which way do we think this goes? Hangs off the left side? No, it has to hang off of this side because it's right-handed gun. Yeah, there it is. Doesn't seem quite right, but okay. Yeah, actually, I don't know. I really do gotta look at the I gotta look at the stuff that I have not played that isn't installed and see. Man, I need like the like Steam all game functionality library search functionality to have a few more options, because I need to look first by least time played, but then sort those results by newest at top. So that way it's like, what's the most recent thing that I got and then didn't play? And that's probably what I should focus on. Oh, this goes the other way. I did kind of have it right, but I was wrong about it. Oh, I really don't want to break it by trying to pull it out. It came out. It's fine. I hope it's fine. This goes in here. So it does sort of like fall down over here, but it hooks up when it falls down to keep it even. Yeah, that even sits in it better. All right, there you go. And I guess it's just a handle that comes out this way when you need a second hand. How? You're supposed to assemble the hand around this gun. No Heat Hawk for this guy? Love Heat Hawks. But like, I could do physical board games. I might have a couple of like, not actual solitaire, but like single player board games. Like I don't have the Stardew Valley board game, but that one is the kind that I'm talking about, where it's a board game with like a quote-unquote single player mode. All right, there's a boy. Oh, can I get the other hand over here? Ah, it's so close. Nope, that made the arm come out, or the hand come out. It's fine. We know he means well. He's trying so hard. The boy. Boy, this would be... All right. There he is. Let's talk about this for a minute, right? This guy is really weird because, like I said, like one type of plastic, so some of the parts, like some of the like peg parts feel like really loose fits, but I'm surprised that they're like, just hanging onto the hand. That is staying in there tighter than I would have expected, so that's like a nice surprise. For being like very cheap, they did not really skimp on the articulation of some of these joints. It's not perfect, but like the fact that the hips have this weird articulation this way is more than I would have expected. There's no rotation in the legs, but I think this boy is more for just... This boy is kind of a background Zaku. He's not like a high action animation cell layer Zaku. He's more just going to stand there in the back and fill out the space. That's fine. It's fine to lurk. That's one of the rules I need to add to the new chat rules box down below. Is it's fine to lurk. That's a rule. It's fine. And he's all green. This one might be a really good excuse for me to work on my painting skill. I recently got my hands on a airbrush with a compressor, so very least I feel like I got a paint in the eye. And what is it? Zaku 2 has... Yeah, some, like, these torso bits are the darker green. Or the like, colored in black. It's not that much color painting. This might be a good one to get some practice in on. And also, like, I've already taken a few of these parts, like, back off. So if I wanted to sort of disassemble it to paint pieces separately and then reassemble it painted, that probably work out. All right. I don't know. All right, point is, we built the boy, and say hello to the boy, everybody, on our nice camera over here. The boy. He's very green. Hasn't even been in a single battle yet. Normally, when I thought that I had like a short stream lined up, I would have a backup, but tonight I don't, because like I said, I got started late, and I was busy for most of the day, and I'm going to be busy for most of tomorrow, too. So if this is short, I'm not going to feel guilty about calling it short. So I want to thank you for everybody showing up. I want to thank Spirit Cafe for bringing y'all over when they were done with their game. Always a pleasure to have them and y'all joining. And what's the words? That's gonna do it for tonight. Yeah, like I said, be on the lookout, especially on Twitter, and I'll try and be mentioning it on streams now that it's very front of mind for me. Extra Life coming up. Wednesday is going to be Doom stream. Next week on Saturday will be a Drive stream. I think I got like 2 options for that. Although next weekend, I think around next weekend we might be doing something for my producer's birthday. So I'll see what I gotta scoot around because that probably takes priority. But that'll be fun. If there's anything you want to see for Extra Life, or maybe if I finally get around to doing a like 3rd stream during the week, thank you very much. My producer has brought me my medicine. Oh, it's M&Ms. It's M&Ms. Feel free to let me know what you would like to see in terms of like non-Doom or driving games, I guess. I'll be looking into doing that. I'll figure something out. Anything that you would be excited to see and you would come around for, I know I'm not one to pander to the audience, but doesn't mean I want to upset y'all. And that's that. My brain's a bit fried, so I'm going to call it quits. Thank you for joining me. I had fun. I hope you did too. Say goodbye to the boy. Yeah, that's where I'm at. And until next time, take care of one another. See you next stream.